Well, good afternoon and welcome to Sew Like a Pro. Somebody asked me about how to draft a shirt collar. So finally I had some time and I'll show you how to draft a shirt collar. First you're going to need whatever garment you're attaching the shirt to. You're going to need the center back measurement to the side neck measurement. And you're going to need the side neck measurement to the center front measurement. And if you're attaching a collar, buttons to the shirt, then you're going to need the button extension. So I'm going to say that my back neck, let's say we want to square, you want to have your proper drafting tools. Say I want my collar band to be 1 inch. So I'm going to start at my center back and I'm going to label it center back. And my back neck measurement, that's what I want first. So let's say that is 3.5 inches long. I'm going to stop and cross mark it as my side neck. Then I need my front neck measurement, my side neck to my center front, and we said the back was 3.5 inches, and let's say that the front from my side neck to my front is 4.5 inches long. So I want to measure that out and make sure, and I'm going to stop and label that center front. Now I only want my band to be 1 inch tall. So you determine how tall you want your band to be. So let's say it's 1 inch. So I'm going to go back and start at my center back and go to my center front. And I'm going to square these and join them together. Now if I had a button extension, whatever the extension is on my shirt, then that's what I'm going to add to my front. So it's 3/4 of an inch, whatever it is. Then I need to extend that past my center front and get my extension, my button extension. So these are all squared. Now at my center front for my side neck, I need to measure up 1/2 inch at my center front, and then again at my center front on the top at 1/2 inch, and then I want to join these to my side neck because they have a slight curved shape in them. That's the way the body is shaped. So we go up 1/2, and then we join these together. Whoops. And then of course this is going to go right back up to the exact 1 inch that I desire for my collar band. Then if I want a little curve shape in there, I go and put my little curve shape in my collar band. And then I need a slight little curve shape right in here. Just ever so slightly. Now, if I want a collar to attach to my collar band, remember this is just your collar band. The grain line is going to be whatever you like. It could be parallel to the center front, to the center back rather, or you can square it and line it up, depending on your fabric and which way you want it to go. So we need our grain line, of course, always. Either or. And remember, this center back is on a fold, so then you'll open it up and you'll get both collars. So now I want a collar. So my collar, I need it to go and then meet at least up at my center front, right, and stand down at least 1/2 inch past my collar band, maybe 1/4 inch past, to at least conceal it, the seam. And then from there it's going to be whatever kind of shape, whatever you desire. But we're going to have to extract it. We're going to have to put another piece of paper up on there, and we're going to have to trace off the collar. And that's back from the original lines. And that's whatever desired shape you want. So you can go back here from your side neck and then begin to blend it into the shape. If you want it to come down more, it meets at the front. You can make it cut back. You can make it have a rounded point, whatever you like. But here we're going to take the collar and we're going to divide it into quarters, or let's say 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches apart once we extract it. And we need to slash and spread the collar to allow it to open up and shape around the neck, your body, and lay flat. So once I take this and separate it, I'm going to separate my collar band also, but I'm going to separate my collar from my collar band, and then I'm going to take it and cut it. Of course, yours will be nice and neat and look much better than this. And I'm cut all the way up through the line, all the way up to it, but not through it. So all the way up to it, but not through it. And we're going to slash and spread a minimum of 1/8 of an inch. So my center back would stay squared at my center back. That's not going to change. That won't change. But my other ones will. So it depends on how much fullness you want to introduce. So I'm going to say I'm going to spread that 1/8 of an inch. And then the next I'm going to do the same thing, 1/8. Because we don't want the collar to crunch up against the neck. We want it to lay flat. And then another 1/8. So 3/8 of an inch is plenty. And then I'll go back and trace off my new collar, my final pattern. And again, the grain line is parallel to the center back. Or whichever way you want to, depend on your fabric, you want your collar to look. So I'm going to cut this out. Cut out my new collar. With all my adjustments. And then my collar would get attached to my collar band. This is so white, I hope you can see it. It just get attached to that and it lays away from the body. And of course you have to add all your seam allowance to it. And then this is the final pattern. After you draft it all. And then this is the final pattern of your collar. So you may want to add a notch at the side neck. And of course you want to label it. Put the grain lines on it. Square this when it depends on the fabric. Is it plaid or you want it cut on the bias, whichever grain lines you want to use. And this also is the center back, and you will label it cut 2 on the fold, cut 2, fold at the center back, and the collar band also cut 2, and then cut interfacing for each. And I hope that you have a great time drafting your collars, and don't forget to sew like a pro. God bless all your sewing and drafting projects.